Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Drew. I am a mail alter within the pizza system, and today's video is going to be a bit more serious. You heard right. Drew. I'm going to talk about something that's more on the serious end of the spectrum of being non-serious and serious. So if you know me, I usually am very joyful, happy, playful, confident, outgoing, just like these kind of things. But there's always a time period within the month, hint, period, where I am feeling the complete opposite or even worse. If right now you have no idea what this video is about, even after probably reading the title or seeing the thumbnail or me having to hint at period, this video is about myself talking about my experience with being in a female body and experiencing something that I as a male alter or I as a male should not experience biologically, usually. Again, I underline that it's my experience. I don't talk for all alters in general. I don't even talk for other alters within our system. I can't speak for Jake or Sky, Akuma, Zeldius, Joey, Edom, Slay, whatever. But within a system, there are also other types of alters that can struggle with that same problem or the same issue. This, for example, can be littles or non-human alters. It's not just male alters. Not every alter, though, experiences these feelings. I know that, for example, Jake within our system, he doesn't mind. Like, he's really like over it. Like, it doesn't bother him as much as it bothers me, for example. So there's always a range, there's always a spectrum, and I'm an alter that does struggle with that a lot, and there will probably also be other alters that struggle with that feeling. So I wanted to share this video. I wanted to do this for a long time, and right now I think it's the perfect time. So today in this video I want to share my feelings. I want to talk a bit about dysphoria in general. It's not something just male non-human alters or littles might struggle with. Also female alters and etc. can struggle with dysphoria. But it then goes on into like more like detail. But I also want to talk about, yes, how I feel about that time, what that time makes me feel like, what helps me get through these days, what helps me get through, or what makes me feel better during this time of month, as well as, yes, just yes. So let's get started after this incredibly long intro of me just talking about stuff. Yes. Dysphoria is something that not just male alters or non-human alters or little alters, child alter. I can't speak today. I freaking can't speak today. Sorry. So dysphoria is something that not just male alters or non-human alters or little alters, child alters struggle with. Female alters, etc. can also struggle with dysphoria. if you know a bit about DID, alters can be as different as you are from me. Alters can have different names, different ages, different genders, different appearances, different body features, and dysphoria, well, that can be a result of living in a body that's not yours, never ever seeing things that look like you looking in the mirror, and never ever being able to see your and it just overall can be very hard, triggering, or depending on what you've been through, it can be very traumatic to never being able to see the reflection of yourself, never being able to really like see that this is myself. It like can trigger a lot of feelings like this is not me. I don't identify with that. Everyone has like the want to express themselves in some kind of way and wanting to be like yourself in like as far as possible, like as far as it is possible. Something that really helps me a lot is I am learning that I can be different than, for example, Isa is. I don't have to talk in a more like higher voice. I'm able to talk a bit deeper. I'm able to talk in a way that I feel more comfortable. I'm able to dress differently. I don't have to wear skirts. I don't have to wear dresses. I don't have to wear trousers that I don't like, that make me feel uncomfortable. I don't have to wear shirts with a lot of cleavage, or shirts that like, or tighter shirts that like make the body's like chest stand out a bit more. I don't have to wear that. I can wear my beanie. I can wear more sweater-like things. I can wear trousers I like. I don't have to wear high heels. I can wear sneakers. Like these kind of things. These are things that I can adjust without hurting anyone, without making anyone in the system suffer. So that's something that you can do. But even though I do all of this and I myself am at a point in my, or I'm in a mindset where right now it doesn't really bother me. Like when I look at a reflection of mine and I can't see myself. I mean, yes, it's disappointing, but I know that I can't change stuff about it. So, and even if I would go on later that there are points in my life where I do struggle with that. So, but that's part of later. But even next to that, I am still in a female body. And even if I don't, or even if I would avoid the mirror, I would be reminded that I am not myself. And something that can trigger dysphoria, for example, is that this body has chest. This body has chest. I myself, as a male alter, as a stick person, the stick person I am, I don't have that. And I know that some systems deal with that chest problem, that chest issue, with wearing binders, for example. But I myself don't like the feeling of something tight around this area, mainly because it's tight, it's a bit it can be a bit uncomfortable, but I then constantly get reminded that there is something tight and it's something uncomfortable, and I get reminded that I have to wear that because there's something that's not I like part of what I would look like, and this makes me sad, and it reminds me of stuff that I don't want to think about. If your system, on the other hand, has good experiences with binders, then that's great. It's just personally not something for me. At least, like, we have one binder. I tried wearing it a lot in the past, but it was just very, very uncomfortable. It was very, like, it was a bit itchy. It was very tight. It just made me more of a sad boy than a more relieved boy. So I stopped wearing that because it just made me sad. But if a binder is helping you personally, then that's great. Really, I'm happy if you have something that makes you feel a bit more comfortable. So that's a thing. Most of the time I'm able to like oversee that, but of course there are times where I do struggle with that. But like I can try to ignore it. Now going on to what this video actually is about, talking about a girl problem, something that occurs every month since it's a cycle. Within this body it usually takes like a week, so it's 7 days of severe pain. Yes. So usually during this time of month I get as far away from the front as possible. I try to hide in the inner world. I get into my room. I don't want to be talked to. Like, even if I'm in the inner world, I know what's going on and I don't want anything to do with it. Nope, nope, nope. But as a system, you aren't in control of when you switch or who is then going to come out. Of course, sometimes if you ask for someone, it might work, but there's no like 100% chance of guarantee that it is working. So of course there's a possibility of me switching out. Like right now I am here even though I really, really, really don't want to be here. I am then fronting, and you might not believe me, but during this time of month I am very, very depressed. I get very quiet, very sad, very like I don't want to have to do anything. I just want to lie around. I just want to stare at the ceiling. I just want to curl up in our bed. I don't want to talk to our girlfriend if she's there. I don't want to move. I don't want to drink. I don't want to eat. I just want to get away from everything. And that's how I feel during that time. I still experience the pain this body is going through, which can be very, very hard to deal with, but that's just something personally the body struggles with. Then of course I myself would never, never, never have my period. I wouldn't. I am male. I just like physically, biologically, that's not like possible in my own body. But I'm not in my own body. That's the problem. I don't look like myself. I am not able to really be like myself, and I have to deal with issues that not only aren't like my own issues, but they are from a different gender. They are from like, it's really hard to explain. I'm not sure if you get what I mean, but like if you get what I mean, then I'm sorry for you. It's really not something you like to experience. But some systems do, some alters do, and that's why I want to talk about it. I'm not sure, like I try to be a bit more positive and I try to be a bit more joyful, but you probably hear me a bit different. I'm a bit different today, but that's all right. Something during these times that like helps me to get through them is, even though it really triggers a lot of dysphoria and other feelings that I try to hide usually, or that I don't, or issues that I usually don't have a lot of problems with, like they all get brought up like in a big wave, and that can be very overwhelming and very crushing. And I try to remind myself that it's a cycle and it's a limited time period. The period, I mean, it does start, but it also ends. And no matter how long or short your periods are, they are going to end. It's a time span that will end at some point. So you just have to get through the days that are worse. You have to get through these days that really, really are exhausting and tiring and just really just make you feel like garbage. Things that try help me to get through these times, next to thinking about it's going to end, it's going to end, it's going to end, is that I like to try distracting myself with playing games, distracting myself with watching streams from games I like, watching videos that like distract me, making sure that I take care of the body, that I take care of myself, that I do things that make me feel more comfortable, that make me feel better. Just because I feel unwell doesn't mean I have to suffer. Especially during these times, you have to take care of yourself. What I personally also think is really helpful, and like we have a girlfriend, she does not live with us and we don't see her a lot, but the few days we do see her, and it happens that this is like happening while she's here, she does take care of us. She helps get us things. She makes sure that we have enough to drink, that she makes food, that she gives me cuddles, that she tells me everything's alright, and all these things, and they do help. But not every system or every altar like has someone that takes care of them like that. So most importantly, you have to take care of yourself. Do things that make you feel better. Do things that comfort you. Do things that distract you, and remind yourself that it's going to end. So feel more than welcome to share your experiences and things that might help you in the comments below. If you don't have anything that helps you get through these times, maybe there are other comments that share what helps them, so we are all able to help each other. And maybe next time when we have these problems, we can try things that help you, so maybe they also help us. And even if some things won't work for us or some things don't work for you, doesn't mean it doesn't work for someone else. So it's always great to share experiences, share stories, share advice. Like these things, they really, really do help. Something I also know, what just came to my mind, I know that some altars like chocolate soy milk does help. Having a hot water bottle does help a lot for our system. Like there are cravings sometimes we have, but they're more like you're allowed to treat yourself a bit. Don't like do too much. Don't get it to a point where it's unhealthy. But even during these times, You're allowed to treat yourself, be kind to yourself, take it easy, rest, take your time, don't rush yourself, don't stress yourself. Make sure that you are in a place mentally where you can say, I can get through the day. I can get through the day. And that's what matters. Not how well you get through the day. As long as you're able to get through the day, that's amazing. If the things you do help you get through the day feeling okay, that's more amazing. But don't put pressure on yourself, because that's also something I have to remind myself of. As a joyful, confident, outgoing, happy, playful person, feeling depressed and incredibly self-conscious due to dysphoria and stuff, it's so hard for me to accept that I feel that way. It's hard for me to acknowledge that I do have struggles, that I do have problems. And I just want to tell you that everyone has problems. Everyone has some problems. And even if you, for example, have a role where you feel like you can't have your own struggles, or when you as a person have, or as an alter, or when you as an alter are usually quite joyful and happy and you want to make others happy, and then suddenly you're feeling so down and self-conscious and stuff, that's completely all right. It's completely okay if you don't feel well all the time. It's okay if you feel self-conscious. It's okay if you feel down. It's okay. It's okay. You are still wonderful. You are still valid, and you are still so important, still worthy. You are still deserving of all the good things. You are still deserving of all the love. Just because you have a period of time where you're feeling down, if you have a period of time where you feel self-conscious, even though you usually don't, it doesn't matter. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel self-conscious. It's not nice, but you have the right. You are more than, like, you also have the right to struggle, and you also have the right to feel that way. It's not like you deserve to feel bad, but you deserve to acknowledge and say that you feel bad. Like, if you get what I mean. I hope you do get what I mean. Like, I don't mean that it's great that you feel bad. No, I mean that it's alright that you feel bad. We still are here for you, and we still love you. The same we would do as if you were joyful, happy, confident. Like, we still love you, and you should still receive the same support, the same love, and the same care, or even more care and more love during these times. Well, that's been a long video. I hope this was a bit helpful. I really am interested in your experiences, what helps you. If this video is even something you can relate to, I really hope some of you feel less alone. I really hope that some of you are able to share some tips and tricks with all of us. I bet this is something that might help some of us. It will definitely help some of us. And that's why we are happy to share these stories, even if they're a bit more personal. So we'll see you next time. Peace. I forgot. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel if you are new, check out our Ko-Fi and or Patreon, and now, goodbye.